Welcome everybody to Spread Space, and this reading is for my sexy Scorpios. So right out on the shuffle we got number 6, Departure, with 2 cards that are unrevealed. We will reveal them 2 secret cards at the end. I don't even know what they are, so they go along with Departure somehow, and they will bring all of this together. So right under Departure we have number 5, Disappointment in reverse. So this departure is going to bring some kind of happiness, or I see a white lotus flower, so perhaps we are learning something. We're coming up out of the mud and it's like we're beautiful. So, and this is all in timing. We got timing here with union. So there's a departure, but with timing there's a union. So you know what I always say is that you have to let go of something in order to make room for something else, and this has something to do with adapting to perfection. So this is Nefertiti, the queen of Egypt, and this is a little snow fox. So this is adapting to perfection, and perhaps this, let me tune in here. These are very beautiful cards. So we have 7 and 13 is 20, which is judgment. So perhaps we are judging ourselves or being judged, or we ourselves are judging others. This is like, okay, so perfection. This, how do we get perfect? Practice makes perfect. So this makes me think of loving what you do, so that way you're adapting in the process, loving what you do, and in turn, because you're doing it so much and you're loving it, you perfect it. So perhaps this is loving yourself and becoming, this union is with you and your higher you, or you and your lower you. There is truth to be found, and there's happiness to be found when you are found. And you have to go through this departure. And we're close. Like I said, I see this as, you know, when the birds are let off of the Noah's Ark and they come back, you know that you're close to shore. So we're close, especially with this judgment. That's right before the big thing is the judgment. So the unknowable is known now, or will be known after this departure. So truths are coming out while we're adapting. I'm flipping over the 2 special cards. They are Perseverance and Satisfaction. So look at how beautiful this is. So that goes right along with the timing, and look, this timing, adaptability, and this perseverance are all white. This is pure self-love, pure perseverance, timing, adaptability. So with perseverance and timing, we will adapt to this. Obviously there's something new, there's something colorful amongst all this. See, You see that? One purple and the white. So it's like one thing is not like the other. Or in all of this white, you could find color. That's okay. That reminds me. So the flowers bloom where you look for them. So perhaps perseverance and timing comes with looking for the flowers or looking for the positivity. Because when you look for positivity, you find it. Just as well as you look for the negative, you find it. But here we are persevering and adapting to this departure that becomes a union to the perfection. So you see this lady, she's like a lady, a tiger, and then with the rose, it looks like this. It's like she's turning into this. So tiger medicine. Tigers are felines. They are very intuitive, so this is using your intuition. They are fierce. And they are like perfect in like every step. It's because they're listening and they're watching, and like that goes with timing and perseverance, and they adapt. So perhaps we have to take on this tiger medicine, and that will help us know the unknowable. Let's see. Yes, joy. We have joy and the whole Noah's Ark here in this card. All the animals. Kangaroo, I see with the joey. So maybe this is like, let's see. So this has something to do with letting go of fear, because this is something that we have to, it's something that we are consuming that is dissipating this fear. So something of the world. Okay. Dance. Perhaps it's music and dance, self-expression. I see maybe yoga, stretching, like body in motion stays in motion. So perhaps we just have to flow. Look at that. And it's in reverse. So perhaps we're not going with the flow, and in order to break these restraints, we have to express ourselves in loving and in a way we wouldn't normally express ourselves. So here's the change with the lock and key. So what's changing is the wind is changing. Here's we have these kites. This is competition. And normally I don't see that there's a competition with somebody else. It's normally a competition. You're competing against yourself. But here there is a competition. Somebody is jealous of you or doesn't like how you are, how you go against the rules or something. Yeah, you went against the rules or you went against something in this change, and somebody is jealous of you because they thought that what you did, you're breaking the law and you're doing bad things, so bad things are going to happen. But that was your turning point. That was where you finally seen this break in the road. Or perhaps it caused a blockage for them. But you have support. You have support, and I see this more so as like a spiritual support, like like the angels, God, something of that sort. Let's see more about this. Look, competition again. So this competition is fierce. We have, it's like, I see possibly a fire sign, like Aries, Leo, Aries, Leo, Sag, because we have this, and perhaps it was somebody you were in a relationship with before. We have this heartbreak and arrogance. But the arrogance is in reverse, so it's like maybe you were the one that was arrogant and they were like feeding off of that. But this heartbreak is over now. This grief is like 10, on and gone. This is in reverse, so this is healing. And you're healing by, okay, there's a definite imbalance here. There's an imbalance here with this triumph and this indulging. So moderation is where triumph comes. You have to love in moderation. Okay, so this is the lack of love in moderation brings an imbalance in triumph. So what does that mean to you? Because these are your cards. Because your joy and your generosity are now in reverse. We have all of these animals now falling into your hand instead of out of your hand. So it's coming to you. So perhaps this grief that somebody else feels is bringing joy to you. I don't know if that makes sense. But there's a definite imbalance, but it brings triumph. So perhaps that has to do with this departure, dissatisfaction and departure. Now, I am going to read a little thing from this book. And I don't know which one. Let's read the competition. So, no child is born a competitor. The drive to outperform and defeat others is taught. Yes, every child enjoys mastering new skills, learning a new game, being best in class in spelling or math. But when winning is the only way to get love or approval and losing brings shame and criticism, the joy of self-mastery is crippled. So perhaps that's where this... Okay, let's keep reading. When children are taught that winning is all that matters, a path toward becoming a ruthless adult may ensue. For some, the need for love warps into a drive to come out on top regardless of the pain it causes. In others, performance anxiety affects every aspect of their lives, as fear of being a loser prevents them from taking risks, exploring new terrain, or reaching out to a friend. The kill or be killed games of ancient Rome are gone, but those ferocious competitions are still active in our collective unconscious and play out in our today's world, to the point that we celebrate the winners and honor them as heroes, even when they do appalling things. Redirect your attention away from dwelling on the achievements of others toward realigning with your inner child, who simply enjoys innocent play. This releases any pressure you feel to live up to bigger than life expectations. Self-respect honors your innate abilities above your achievements. You are stellar no matter. Perhaps this competition is what this lack of joy comes, and this lack of love, because of the root stemming in childhood. And maybe that has you overindulging, or maybe like lacking something. Like it said, how you form these opinions like, oh, I have to win, or I have to be better, or I have to get this. And that is what's creating this change. Because maybe we're beginning not to think that way anymore by consuming the things. So we have resistance in reverse. So we're letting something in, and we have another frozen, number 4. And this is like, maybe we need sleep or rest, or a steady schedule of sleep, like at the same time, same place, things like that. I want to read this frozen. A lot of white comes up. Now, white is pure, so perhaps we need to have pure intentions. 4 is balance too. So where there is the imbalance, we'll find balance in frozen. Alright, let's find 4 frozen. Where is it? Well, 4 is rest. Here we go. Frozen. Worry about the future. Worry about the future freezes the life out of life. A kind of mental paralysis sets in where you only see worst case scenarios, and who in their right mind wants to remain stuck in that? So this is disengaging from a standstill, and it begins by being aware you're stuck in the first place. So perhaps we're stuck in this, like, not in a resistance, but just like open to everything. So, and that has to do with our imagination. So like what I said in the beginning, where you look for flowers growing, you will find flowers growing. So we don't want to look for the negative, because there's a misunderstanding about this. And the misunderstanding is causing anxiety. And perhaps it has something to do with the full moon. I am recording your reading on the full moon of January, but this is for February or whenever you receive this. But yes, this competition. So what do we do about this competition? Be here and now. And like I said, we're going to gain some kind of clarity. And perhaps we will by putting up our shield. The restraint was in reverse. So it's like we're open. We're open to it all now. So yeah, this is a Dreamweaver. So perhaps this goes together. In order to weave these dreams, we must sleep. We have to be frozen in sleep. So to go to sleep the same time every day, every night, or to wake up the same time, and in 90-minute intervals. Our REM sleep goes on like 90-minute intervals. So you think like setting that snooze button is going to help you wake up or something. You don't want to do that within 10 or 5 minutes. I thought, oh, well, I'll keep on pushing the snooze for 20-40 minutes. No. If you are going to do that, you should do that 90 minutes before your scheduled wake up time. So if you're scheduled to wake up at 6 o'clock, an hour and a half before that, 5:30, 4:30, put your put the snooze on then. So then your REM sleep will not be interrupted. This will give you a more clearer pathway to these messages that are trying to reach you. Or perhaps your subconscious is trying to make conscious light of something, but it can't because you're not getting enough sleep. So in order for you to bring all this together, sleep is what's needed, and integrity. I always tell my kids, do the right thing even when no one's looking, and then you will gain satisfaction. What's that song? Satisfaction. So yeah, there is some kind of deception, so be aware of that. See, we have a wolf in sheep's clothing. Now, who might that be? Somebody who you don't really think it is, obviously, but you're not focused on that. It's a lack of focus on that. So it's like you keep feeding this wolf, and they're just laughing at you. Perhaps that's your competition. But this dream will bring it all together, these dreamings, because it will bring clarity, because you're missing something here, Scorpio. And in order to adapt to this departure and for this to come complete, sleep is a must, so that way we could connect all this together. So persevere through this separation, and yep, a wake-up call you'll get. You're gonna find out who this wolf is in sheep clothes, and then solitude comes, and that's where you go within. And after that is when the change is complete, and you're a new lotus flower. So yeah, there you go. Start from the roots, Scorpio, and possibly search for the wisdom keeper, because it has some wisdom for you, and the only way you could search for that is in your dreams. So yeah, pay attention to your dreams, and look out for this deception. If it's not anyone trying to deceive you, perhaps it's you deceiving yourself. So wake up, and transition's coming. There's your card. All right, thank you, Scorpio. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, and I love you. Mwah.